So you've referenced the Under Armour game a few times here. Let's get into it. Before kind of your thoughts on some of these guys and people who stood out to you, let's get into the commitments, man. That's what everyone watches the games for, to see if there's some crazy hat flips. And everyone remembers Landon Collins, his mother at this same event years ago, that viral moment. So we watch for that stuff, but there is football that goes on. But let's talk about the commitments that did happen. And we'll start with Donovan Murph. Commits to South Carolina, wide receiver out of Columbia, and he actually reclassified to this class from 2026. So nice pickup for them. Didn't win their bowl game, but overall, I think the season really went in a positive direction for Shane Beamer and the Gamecocks.
Yeah, and it's, a lot of these guys that committed to me are better than their rankings, and Donovan Murph is one of them. 25 kid, he reclassified from 26, so it's always hard to rank. And I don't envy 247 and On3 having to rank these guys that reclassify, and you don't expect to stack them up against some of their teammates or some of their classmates when you move them. But this guy's 6'1.5", 188, looks the part, from Irmo High School in Columbia, South Carolina, hometown kid. 96 catches, 1,328 yards, 13.8 yards per catch, 12 touchdowns. Team played for a division title. Watching the Under Armour game, he had a one-handed catch. So not only did he commit on TV, but he made a spectacular play. And then watching his highlights, this guy can go vertical. He can go up and get it, but also when he goes up and gets it, he doesn't just fall in a heap to the ground. He can go up and get it and land on his feet. He's got size, not just height, but he's got some strength to him. He can run routes. I was extremely impressed with both what I saw in the game and then what you see in these highlights. And I think the fact that he reclassified only adds to his upside. Guy has some basketball experience, track experience, multi-sport kind of kid. But if you're South Carolina, you got Aaron Nolan as your heir apparent. Obviously, you got Sellers this year, who will hopefully have a great year and go to the pros. So you have sort of the lineage set up if it goes the way you planned. You got Coach Shula here working with the offense, trying to help develop some of these quarterbacks like he did with Sellers. Of course, Dole Loggins had a lot to do with it, now the head coach at Appalachian State. But you add players like this, and you're going in the right direction. Listen, it's Columbia, South Carolina, so to say it's a huge recruiting win, these are the ones you got to win. But South Carolina is at a point now where you're getting guys like Dylan Storr from D.C. You're winning battles all over the place. Nicholas Harbor, another battle in that area. Then you could keep your hometown guys home, not go to Clemson or Georgia or somewhere like that. I think you're in pretty good shape. This was a really big get and someone that I really, really like as a player, both from what he showed in the game and what he showed in high school level.
Canes Cats Heat 305 says the reclassified kids are almost guaranteed busts. And we've had this discussion before with you, Canes Cats Heat. I don't know if I completely agree with it. A lot of these guys who reclassify, they're reclassifying back to their original class that they maybe should have been in age. I don't know the situation here with Murph. I can tell you, like I said, I think the position and the body types are a very important aspect of it. You look at Ryan Williams, and that seemed to go pretty well for him, right? I think we're seeing what Jeremiah Smith's doing. If he would have reclassified, he would have been all right. I'm not saying he's on those guys. Those guys are a different echelon, right? But I think receiver is one of these spots that it could work. I think the trenches, it's a little bit tougher because there's that physical maturity and growth. But I think receiver, I think they can do it. I don't think that I don't think it's out of the realm of possibility to say that this could be a slam dunk for him.
Yeah, and this guy's got some size to him. He's
right,
physically mature. Just seeing him in the announcements and in the game and in the highlights, he's listed at 188. That looks legit to me. This guy's got some physical maturity. I think he's right. And just hearing him talk, he seemed like a guy that he seemed mature and ready to rock and roll.
Yeah, I think going back to the original class is the key with situations like that. Or if they're just freaks of nature at a young age and they can play at that level at that age, right? I mean, it's a case by case basis.